Jerry X. Shea here, and I'm still in Rapid City, South Dakota, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation I did the other day with the presidents. Right now I'm out front of a radio station where I just completed my second radio broadcast in a month. I've also talked to a group of civic leaders and a number of clubs in town. Now here's my question for you. If I can arrive in a city, I don't have any relatives, I don't know anyone in town, yet I can land some speaking gigs. You're posting on the different social networks. How do you get these gigs? What do you have to do? Number one, keep in mind, as I say continuously, speaking is a business, and you have to address it as a business. And the number one thing in any business is prospecting for new clients. In this case, it's prospecting for opportunities to speak. I'm going to show you what I do when I arrive in a town where I don't know a soul and how I end up getting my speaking gigs. This is the Jerry XS, our 40-foot motorhome that we cruise and tour the United States in, and it's from there that I do all my speaking work. And on the inside of the coach, this is my working space. It's from here that I write my books, work on my marketing, and anything to do with speaking. Now it's important that you understand this is a business, so you have to deal with it as a business. Some of the things I'm going to show you now, you might say, well, that's a little old-fashioned, and that's fine. It works for me, and you're more than welcome to try it yourself. If it doesn't work for you, you'll move on to something else. But many of the younger folks are going to say, oh, nobody does that anymore. That's fine. I do it, and it works for me. So here's what I do. When I arrive in a town, such as Rapid City, where I am now, the first thing I'm going to do is go on the internet, and I'm going to look up radio stations. And there's a simple radio locator that you can find on the internet, and it will tell you the radio stations in that town. With that, I look for the talk radios. Find out who they are, get their address. I'm now ready to go. And what I will do is make up my packet. Now this is one of my packets. It's got my name at the top, both of my books, and a picture of me. Below it is my statement. Now I deal in small business. That's what I talk about. And my statement is, question, how can there be two identical businesses, yet one succeeds and the other one fails? Then there's my name and my website. Inside, on the back cover, I have my name, more information. Business card goes here, and inside I will put my one-page introduction as to who I am and why I'm in town and why I'd like to speak on the radio station. And that's it. This goes in an envelope, but I do not mail it. I hand deliver it. And I write on the outside of the envelope, hand delivered. I walk in, I'll say, who is the program director for that 8 to 10 o'clock business show? They'll say it's Jim Jones, whoever it might be. And I just write Jim Jones and say, would you please put this in his box? And I do that. By the end of the day or the next day, I get a phone call. And I go in and I speak. Did that twice here in Rapid City. Now, how do you make these up? You'll see a lot of things on the internet for 500 or 1,000 brochures and folders. There's a couple of different companies. One's called Pendaflex, and it's called a print and present custom folder. Another company, Pegasus, does the same thing. You can find them on the internet. And what it is it's a blank front page. This is the cover sheet. It's blank, nothing's on it. You can print whatever you want. You run it through your printer. When it comes out, if you want to put something on the other side, run it through again, something different. Then there's the back part. This is where your business card is going to go here. Put your newsletter or whatever information, your one sheet in there. You peel off the strip across the back, right there, put it together, and you end up with a folder with all your information and everything you need. This goes to all my prospective people that I am trying to approach about speaking. Now I ask you, is that simple or what? Look them up, find out who it is. For clubs and organizations when I get to a town, same thing. Go on the internet, find the particular group you might want to talk to. Here's a meeting locator for different meetings that are in town for one group. Find out who they are. Either go and bring them a hand-delivered folder with your information, or in some cases you can email them, let them know you're in town, and to give you a call you'd like to talk. I always tell them, how would you like to have a new voice at your next meeting? Use that term, a new voice. Many of these local clubs have the same people that come around all the time and are always talking. But you're that new voice. You're going to bring something different. Go on the internet, find out who they are, ask them if they'd like to have a new voice. But the important part here is, are you really a speaker that has something to say? Because a lot of people say, well, I want to be a speaker. Susan Levin, who I suggest you check out her webpage, she has a great story where someone called her up and said, I want to be a speaker. And she said, well, what would you like to speak about? And the person on the other end of the line says, I can talk about anything. No, you can't. You have to pick something that you're passionate about and that you want to build all your speeches on. And you can't have one speech. You have to have a number of speeches. I have a book here that has over 100 speeches in it. I can talk about a number of things, all pertaining to business, depending on the age group I'm talking to, what their goals are, and what it is they're looking for in a speech. So if you're just a one-speech person, you're not going to go very far. And the most important thing is, you should have a book. I happen to have 2 books. My first book, It Looks Easy, Is It? Simple Steps for Small Business Success. My next book, Prospecting, Presentation, Close, Your 3 Keys to Successful Sales. With the books, you have credibility. You are the author of this book on a particular subject. It makes you the specialist. Given a choice, a program planner is going to look at, if I bring in this person without a book, just claims they talk about a particular subject, or this person who's an author of a couple of books, who do you think they're going to pick? And that's your goal. Also, join Toastmasters. If you're not in Toastmasters and you're not receiving training in public speaking, it's going to hurt. Join Toastmasters. While you're in Toastmasters, start working on a book that is the subject that you want, and then go for it. This is a one-take video. I'm just putting it out there for those of you that have requested it. I hope you found this information helpful, and best of luck to you. This is Jerry X. Shea. Have a good one.